All right, everybody. Happy Monday. Dr. Nick coming back to you guys. We got a major event coming up August 23rd. It's called Building Natural Immunity and Your Next Vaccine Decision. So we're bringing some powerful people on here so hopefully we can help educate and people understand what it means to have freedom to choose your health, whatever it is you choose. We want to make sure that that's something that is very important to you going forward here as well. So Chrissi Bretz is joining us today. She is leading the group called Freedom Illinois. So I'm going to introduce here and hopefully she can give us some background on what she does and what her story is. So welcome.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to just come alongside what you guys are doing. It is so important. And I'm Chrissi, guys. Nice to meet you. I do run the platform Freedom Illinois. And Freedom Illinois is just about encouraging Illinoisans specifically, but really any American to pick up that mantle of civic responsibility and to stop depending on political saviors, meaning once someone is elected into office, it's not, the people don't need to back off. Actually, it's the opposite. We have a responsibility to stay engaged, to stay involved, to keep those elected officials accountable, whether or not your specific candidate won. And there's just a lot of different layers to that. And we've seen definitely why it's important these last few years, especially when it comes to medical freedom.
And then you also are part of something called Public SQ. Is that correct? Or Public Square?
Yeah, Public
Talk to me
Square. So
about that.
I'm the Midwest Regional Director for Public Square. Public Square is a business, it's a company, it's a platform that connects freedom-loving Americans with businesses and community that share their values. We are in all 50 states. We are in DC, and it can be used as a free app or on the web, and where you can find businesses to support that value medical freedom, that value the Constitution, that think America's a great place, and so many other amazing core values. It's free to the businesses and it's free to the consumer. And we are now we have the largest compilation of freedom-loving businesses anywhere in the U.S.
Nice.
You can
And I
find it
think
publicsq.com is where you can get started.
publicsq.com. I'll see if I can sneak that in here in the banner in just a second. But I think it's important for people to understand, like, we want people to have that freedom, whatever it is they choose. It's not being forced to do one way or the other. So we look at something, I saw an article on the Freedom Illinois talking about Waukegan possibly masking kids again, or you had mentioned to me earlier that San Diego is masking kids. So it's not just a COVID thing. It's not, it's in the past now, we're over it. It's still very much something we need to be thinking about. So talk to me about this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think what's been interesting is when the unmasking of children in schools, that was at the end of, the school year. And so I think what happened was people start checking out. It's like, oh, our kids are unmasked. And they've kind of taken this, what I call this little vacation from reality. And I think we're going to be in for an unpleasant surprise as the school year starts kicking in gear again. Like you mentioned, Waukegan, which is a school in the Chicagoland area, they are masking now during summer school and plan to, at this point for the school year. San Diego, California, their community unit school district already decided they are masking students. And so what I've found is if Illinois is not leading it, they are often following very closely behind California and New York. And so that is definitely something for concern. I do believe parents need to kind of either make a decision now what they're going to do, or, and whether that's to withdraw their children or to decide what are you going to do, because you do have rights. So it's just really important to be educated on what's going to be happening, because this also will go into the whole, what's going to happen with that. There are places in this country where they are starting to mandate that for schools.
Yeah. And I think that's being educated. Like, that's the key. Again, I don't pick whatever you want to do,
Totally.
but you got to be educated on that. So this Building Natural Immunity event is what we have coming up August 23rd, Palatine, Illinois at Cutting Hall. If people are interested, Stand for Health Freedom is the who we partnered with to put this together. This is a way to get tickets. Stand for Health Freedom plus ML3. Text it to that number. The poster is actually right here behind me somewhere. There's a QR code. If there's anybody that has trouble getting connected, please let us know. We want to make sure that this gets out to as many people as possible. I didn't even realize Waukegan was masking over the summer here. I mean, if again, do the research, but I think a lot of the science is pretty clear on what you should or shouldn't be doing with masks and other things, but we're just not getting the information out to people. It doesn't seem like that right now.
Yeah, this event is incredibly important because it's an educated event. It's an education event for people to make educated decisions. And that's what's really important and also concerning is so many people are making uneducated decisions when it comes to even when it came to when children last school year, when parents were getting calls that their child was
Close contact.
had been exposed
Yeah.
and they thought they had to take their children out of school. That wasn't the law. The law was you need to give parental consent or you needed a court order from the health department. So many people just complied to because the school nurse told them to.
They said it was a law. And
they said it was law, which is not. It is absolutely not. And so that's what this is about. So if you and your family feel healthy, feel best and safest, that you want to mask, you absolutely should have that freedom to do so. And for families that feel that have made an educated decision that they don't want to, they absolutely should have that medical freedom as well. And that's all this is about is the choice, the medical choice. A mask is a medical device. And so it should not be enforced upon anyone.
And that's why the speakers we have come in, I'm really excited about. So Leah Wilson is the co-founder of Stand for Health Freedom. I don't know if you've had a chance to connect with her yet, but she has a background as a lawyer. And her story is she wasn't allowed to foster children because her natural kids didn't follow some of these health mandates. So the state determined that these kids would be better off in the foster system than with a healthy, happy, natural family. And so she didn't want to deal with that. So she is starting this program, and it's kind of morphed into helping people with their health freedom. And then Dr. Larry has, of course, he's a world-renowned pediatrician. He's been pushing natural health, for 30 years. So we're going to have the science from a medical doctor, pediatrician, and we're going to have like informed consent and how to make these best decisions for you and your family with Leah, kind of a lawyer background. So we're pretty excited to roll this out. Now today, we just started this for people that you're connected with, our patients. If somebody wants to come to this, we're going to do the next 100 tickets. If you do Freedom is the coupon code. It's going to be 50% off the ticket. Just so people know, this is all a donation to Stand for Health Freedom. Like nothing's coming to us. Nothing's coming to Dr. Larry or Leah. It's all going to the organization so they can continue doing the research and continue being up on the new policies that are coming out. And they're going to be able to send those out to the organizations. If you're not part of that, it'll help connect all of us. You guys, Freedom Illinois, Stand for Health Freedom, and we'll be able to make a powerful choice together.
Yeah, guys, I would strongly encourage you to go and get your tickets because I have a feeling this is actually the timing of this is going to be perfect because I think, again, parents are going to be really surprised at what hits them when they start sending their kids back to school. And so I know that I plan on being there. I was actually talking to Plant-Based Ben. He plans to be there with me. He's a big supporter of Stand for Health Freedom as well. It's really, really important to be educated on your choices so that you can be empowered to say yes or say no to what's going on. Not everyone has, someone that's loud in their school district. That can be you, and you can be empowered with the support through Stand for Health Freedom. So
you
got to be educated. It's all it is. It's just learn about it and make a good decision, what's best for your family. And within that, parental rights. Very, very, very important to stand for your parental rights.
And then before we get to our event, August 23rd, there's another event coming up August 4th, correct? And that's something
August
that
6th. August 6th.
August 6th. I'll change that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
Tell
fine.
me about that.
So We the Free Fest is, something that some local friends of mine from Ironclad Resolve, which is an apparel company here in Illinois, we decided to put on just for once something that's a little bit just fun, a place to gather with like-minded, liberty-loving Illinoisans, Americans, and we reached out to Jimmy Levy, and he's coming to perform, which he has been singing anthems for the freedom movement. So he's coming all the way from Miami. We've got Topher coming, who has also been singing these incredible, the Let's Go Brandon song. He's coming, the Marine rapper. We have some local musicians coming as well. and lots of special guests. The conservative aunt is coming. Dr. Bradley Campbell, plant-based Ben. So they'll all be there. It's just a time. There's no agenda. You know what I mean? For once, like just no agenda. Just come, support a local freedom-loving business. There's going to be vendors that are freedom-loving, and our title sponsor is Public Square. So the CEO from Public Square is coming out from San Diego. Get to meet him. It's awesome. You can get tickets at wethefreefest.com, or you can reach out to me as well to get that settled. And it's going to be so much fun, and just again, time to be with community and enjoy.
We need it these days.
We do. It's important.
Right. So we've got wearefreedomillinois.com. That's your website for Freedom Illinois. We've got Public Square. People can check out. We are the Free Fest coming up. Then we've got our event, Building Natural Immunity. That's coming up August 23rd. There we can text that number there. And then we've got Freedom coupon code for 50% off tickets.
Awesome.
Hopefully a lot of great events coming up to support the freedom to choose whatever your choice is, but getting educated and helping people make the best decisions for them, for their families, for their loved ones, and kind of the future going forward.
Absolutely. And one of the best things you can do to ensure you have those freedoms is to make sure you are registered to vote, you guys. Vote. We have the general election November 8th. It is incredibly important to vote. I know it feels like your vote doesn't count, but if you think that, all I can say is well, let's get enough of us out there to vote where they can't cheat enough. Okay.
And so that's a great point. I know at our event, we have several politicians that are hoping to be there as well. They've asked not to share their name until they can confirm it. But, if people think it doesn't matter, these politicians are coming to these events because they want to know what people think. And that's how we make some more change.
Right? Absolutely. You got to get out, be an educated voter. Again, that word educated keeps coming up. If we've learned anything these past couple of years is it's incredibly important to learn about the subjects that are at hand and just be a free thinker. It's really important to be a critical thinker. Have an educated discussion with someone that disagrees with you.
Yes.
You might be surprised.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Chrissi. I'm excited to support you guys. I'm excited to see you at our event coming up. I wish you guys the best. And if you guys need anything, well, I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Make sure you're there in August. I'll be there.
All right. God bless.